So it feels like recently there's been a lot of drama concerning streamers and who they choose to associate with. Now, this all started when QT Cinderella essentially replied to the announcement that Asmongold and Aiden Ross are forming their own streamer awards or whatever. But she responded to it in a way that the way that I took it when I first read it is that she was kind of poking fun at them in a way. But for a lot of people who didn't read like that, but whatever, that's not like the main topic. The conversation around that quickly changed. Big time. I don't even know how this happened, but it changed into a conversation about who streamers choose to associate themselves with. Mostly with the boys of FaZe Clan. Now, I don't know much about FaZe Clan. The only members that I've seen somewhat that I kind of like is Adapt and Jason the Ween, just because from clips that I've seen they seem like cool people, even though Jason was being very weird after the whole David situation came out, where he may or may not, more than likely may have killed the girl that he was grooming. Because again, even if he didn't do it, he still was in a relationship with a minor. There's verifiable proof to that. And he was still running cover, only in the sense that he didn't do it, supposedly. He didn't actually kill her, even though that still makes him a pedo. So you probably shouldn't run cover for him.
He didn't kill anybody, bro. He didn't kill anybody. There's no way. There's no way he's been on tour. He didn't kill anybody. He's been on tour. He literally performed yesterday. Bro, do you see the videos that he makes? There's no way he's killing somebody.
But outside of that, the only other person that I really know from FaZe Clan is Lacey, because for some reason that guy always kind of appears on my Twitter feed every now and again in form of a clip or whatever. But for the most part, the whole conversation was surrounded around the fact that QT Cinderella openly platforms these people that she knows makes these homophobic jokes and these ableist, transphobic jokes. And people within her community were essentially trying to tell her that if you choosing to associate yourselves with these people, it sends a message to people within your community who are gay, who are trans, these marginalized people within your community who don't feel safe because you're associating yourself with these people who say these things, who spout this bigoted stuff. And it's not like they're Asmongold level, it's not like this is entirely what they do, but as we see from a recent example with Lacey going on Cinna and Valkyrie's stream, this guy will just openly say the R word. He doesn't care. Even if it's not his stream, he will go on someone else's stream and say the R word openly. When you openly associate yourself with these sort of people, and you're not pushing back, because that's the main thing. It's not just, oh, you're associating yourself with these people. You're not really pushing back all that much outside of how it makes you look, and not wanting to mess with a bag more so, because you can definitely tell that's what it is when you look at this recent thing with Lacey being on Valkyrie's and Cinestream. But we'll get to that, because going back to the whole cutie thing, something that she was very defensive about when it came to people commenting this, because it's one thing if she just didn't acknowledge it and just moved on, but she kept feeding into it, and it only made her look worse. So essentially what happened is that Cutie kept replying, she kept blocking people who just were trying to give her fair criticism, and her reply to a lot of these comments of you're associating yourself with people who say bigoted things, who are homophobic. She essentially said, well, we might as well share the clip of what she said, because I do have it pulled up.
It's not comfortable.
This is my perfect example. It's okay, I collab with Lacey. Lacey makes some homophobic jokes sometimes that I am not comfortable with the homophobic jokes Lacey has made. Lacey knows that he can't make those jokes around me. That does not mean that I am homophobic. Believe it or not, everybody.
Yes.
You are not who you associate with. Shut the fuck up. You're you don't build bridges by burning them. That's not how it works.
But here's the thing though, they make these sort of jokes. Even though they know that they can't make those sort of jokes around you, you know that they still make those jokes. And here's the thing, I have seen a clip where Cutie went on Lacey's stream, I think. I'm not sure. But essentially she was pushing back against some of the biggest stuff that he had said. But let's just think about this in a way of like of being like self-serving to you, and not even to people in your community who would be put off by this. If you keep having to tell someone, hey, I keep hearing that you say these bigoted things, here's why you shouldn't say them and why you should stop, and they continue to say them, do you honestly think they value you as a friend? Do you honestly think that they like care about your opinion on these matters? Do you honestly think that they care? Because I feel like that should be kind of a wake-up call for you of like, hey, I tell this person, hey, you're not allowed to say these sort of things. And then you continue to hear them say those sort of things. Obviously they don't respect you enough to change. So like maybe consider that the next time someone like calls you out for being like, hey, you're openly associating with this person who you claim you're constantly fighting back their bigotry, but they keep being openly bigoted. It's a weird hill to die on, that you're willing to continue to associate yourself with this homophobic person when you're getting called out by people who are within the queer community. And she's saying this. Obviously, there's two other people on the stream, Vanilla Mace and KDB. Now, I don't know much about these two. I'm pretty sure Vanilla is queer and Katie is gay. I might be wrong on that. But, like, the fact that she's saying this to two women who are a part of the LGBTQ community, it's fucking wild. And here's the thing. After this, Vanilla Maze essentially made a statement that she was very uncomfortable with this entire stream because this wasn't just a 30-minute clip. This was like an hour-long segment of their streams in which it was just kind of Katie and Vanilla just kind of sitting there while Cutie was just going on and on about how she's in the right and that like she's a true ally and stuff like that. Even though like I feel like if a lot of the people who are commenting that you're going about it in the wrong way, if those people are people of the community that you are supposedly an ally of, and you're constantly trying to talk down to them about how you're an ally, maybe you're not, or maybe you're not in the way that you think you are. Like, do I think Cutie supports rights, like, for marginalized people? Absolutely. But, like, maybe realize who your ops are in this moment, and who you are supposedly an ally of. Like, these people are trying to tell you how to be an ally, and you're arguing against them about how it's just a weird way to go about this. This also became a whole thing with this stream of Cutie essentially trying to tell like people of color and people within the LGBTQ community how they have to act in spaces that they don't feel safe in. Because while it's mostly surrounded like people within the LGBTQ community for the most part, this can still like be true for any marginalized group. And essentially what it boils down to is that Cutie Cinderella shared a story while on the stream. I couldn't find a clip of this, so we're gonna have to watch XQC's reaction to it. Not the full thing though, but whatever. Where she talks about the fact that her stepbrother is trans, but her dad is transphobic. And she has to like talk with her dad about how he needs to use the right pronouns, how, like, trying to explain this sort of thing. Like, she is trying to make her family more accepting to her trans brother, which is great. And, like, that's the thing, too, is that I want to make it clear, I am not against people who are able to be safe within these spaces where, trans, gay, people of color are not safe. Having people who do feel safe in those spaces, try to talk to these bigoted people to make this space more safe. Using your privilege in a way to help others make spaces that they want to be in more safe. And it's why I don't think that necessarily like QT needs to disassociate herself with FaZe. Like, just give up on them entirely. But it's the thing of like, if it's not going to change, maybe either you need to try harder or you just need to realize that these people aren't willingly changing, and associating yourself with them even more is going to drive away people from your community who no longer feel safe there. But let's get into the actual clip, because to me this is where like I really just couldn't like give much grace to Cutie anymore, because the way that she describes this whole situation with her dad and her trans brother it really rubbed me the wrong way.
My stepbrother is trans, and my dad refuses to use the correct pronouns.
And does right.
And he doesn't understand that he doesn't understand why it's so important, right? And it drives me crazy. And it drives my stepbrother crazy, of course. But I've had to say to my dad, you know it's not going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt you to say the correct pronouns, but it does hurt him when you say because I'm open-minded and we love each other. My stepbrother just...
So, like, right there, she's in the right of being, like, trying to explain to her dad, like, you know, using these pronouns are not going to hurt you. It's not that big of a deal. Like, this is still the same person, just, like, being thoughtful of the other person and using the pronouns they want you to use. It's not going to hurt you. And I think that's a great thing to do. Like, in that space where your trans brother obviously is not going to feel safe, using that opportunity to try to get your dad to be like, hey, be more accepting. Like, just do this one thing. Like, just try to be more open. But this is her response to her stepbrother just being like, you know what? I don't feel safe here. I'm just gonna leave.
My stepbrother just says fuck off and won't talk to my dad. So there's no progress being made.
Like, saying something that's objectively right. Using your privilege in a space where someone's not welcome to try to make that place more accepting for them is a great thing. But then shaming the person who is willingly deciding to distance themselves from this person because they don't feel safe, it's disgusting, in my opinion. It really is. Like, I think it's a disgusting thing to do. And it's really what made me lose, like, any sort of sympathy for, like, because obviously, you know, having a lot of people just yell at you is going to be a tough thing to deal with, regardless of what it is about. You're not able to read the room. You're not able to really, like, understand where these marginalized people are coming from at all. And you just think that because you're an ally, that makes everything okay. Because you have the right politics, that means you can do whatever you want. That's what it feels like. Like, you don't have to listen to these people. You don't have to listen to these marginalized groups that you're claiming to be an ally of. You're just like, well, I have the right politics, so any way I go about this is the right way. Now, this happened a while ago, so obviously some people are going to be like, why are you bringing this up again? Why are you digging through this whole drama, even though it only happened like a couple weeks ago? But it's because recently, as I stated before, Lacey, one of the Face Boys, went on to Valkyrie's and Cinna's live stream, and he just openly said the R word. Just blatantly said it, and it's causing some derision within Valkyrie's community. I haven't really seen anyone full on like support it, like support the use of the word. For the most part, it's literally just been people from Lacey's community or like the FaZe community that's been supporting it. When it comes to like Valkyrie's community, a lot of them are just kind of like, either we shouldn't have to like cancel her over this, which like nobody's saying that Valkyrie needs to be canceled. It's more like she should just stop associating herself with these people. Like, don't platform these people that you openly know say these sort of things. Because this isn't even like the first time. Like, I'm pretty sure she's openly said that she like went to Asmongold for advice on how to handle hate after like people started yelling at her for giving her opinion on the Collargate bullshit in support of Hassan. And it's like, why would you go to Asmongold of all people? Like, he has been saying insanely ridiculous stuff for like the last few years or so. Like, this is a Holocaust revisionist. Like, what are we talking about? And you're openly saying like, hey, this is the guy I went to, you know, for help on how to handle hate.
And that's okay. I messaged 2 people about LSF. I messaged Nick Pollum and I messaged Asmongold. Yes, Asmongold and Nick Pollum, because I know those are like the 2 people that I know like participate in Reddit stuff a lot. So,
but when it came to this situation, I've seen a lot of like people state stuff like this, which is just, I feel like very emblematic of like a lot of content creators communities so far. Because a big thing I want to talk about with this video is that this has been something that I've seen other people talk about, mostly like Shonda Black, which is that I think a lot of these Twitch streamers or content creators are not ready to deal with the fact that a lot of people are kind of getting tired of their fence sitter positions. I mean, just look at like Ludwig, for example, or even Charlie. Like, they, despite like not really covering that like series of issues, whenever they do, they always seem to give like the most bland milk toast response, and for a lot of people it's just not enough anymore. Essentially what like Sean was saying is that like there is going to be a turn within the content creator community, like a lot of like the Twitch streamer community, a lot of these content creators are not going to be ready for, in which by continuing to associate with themselves with, you know, these problematic people and continuing to spout like these very like, again, milquetoast fence sitter sort of opinions, they're going to lose a lot of their fan base for like just not taking strong positions on anything. Like, they're going to see a lot of that community just go away because they don't feel like it's a space safe for them anymore. So here we have like this post from someone from Valkyrie's community. I don't know where else to post this, but I hope Ray sees this. I made a post about feeling confused of her hanging around Lacey without naming or tagging anyone, and Lacey's mods are telling me to kill myself and call me slurs, literally proving my point, why I don't feel safe in their community. So like, this was someone who was openly trying to call out like, hey, I don't feel like safe within this community because of the fact that I decided to like make a comment on how she like associates herself with these problematic people, and then she just constantly is just getting attacked. So like, here's the original post. A bit confused why he's there and why she's still associating herself with them, especially after what he specifically said. I think I'm not gonna lie, I'm questioning if I should support some streamers now, which is sad. I have her merch and have been watching for 5 years. I just don't understand how she doesn't see how a huge part of her community doesn't want to see these guys, and I'm confused why she's okay with their behavior in the first place to be chilling with him. This isn't just, oh, this person came on and they said this crazy thing and this is the first time ever they're saying it. Like, no, they openly say it all the time. This is like, and these streamers know about it. Like Valkyrie, Cutie Cinderella, a bunch of these streamers who choose to associate with these people openly know that they say this stuff all the time, but they don't care. Like, Cinna is another example of someone who, like, from what I know, surrounds herself with Lacey all the time, and this has like been people's response to this, like just openly like trying to call her a certain thing without exactly saying it. Like, this is the stuff that this guy does, and this is what Valkyrie, Cinna, and Cutie decide to associate themselves with. Like, who do you think? Like, what do you think he's trying to do there? Do you think he's just trying to be goofy, or do you think he's trying to be, do you think he's trying to mock a certain group of people? And this is where we get to the part where Cinna, who was a part of like Valkyrie's stream, did try to make Lacey apologize, but as we'll see in this clip, it's a very weird way and a very disingenuous way I feel like it could have been done.
You just told me to say sorry. I'm sorry for saying
the word.
For saying the R word.
Thank you.
I was when I said it, and
Stop doing that. I'm serious.
Okay.
Like, obviously he doesn't care. He thinks it's a joke. Like, he obviously doesn't actually see why saying it is wrong. And we'll see like what Cinna's response to this is, because it's very clear that I don't think she even cares that he's saying it too. It's just that he said it on stream.
PR trained. Go.
I'm sorry.
Like, that just could have been a joke of being like, hey, remember your PR training? But like, still, like, not even like sitting down and being like, hey, this is why you need to stop saying it, and if you don't stop saying it, then we're just gonna kick you off the stream or something like that. Like, doing that at the very least, of being like, hey, just stop fucking saying it.
Sorry for saying that word.
Enough.
In front of you guys. I say it when I'm not in front of you guys a lot, but I'm sorry for saying it in front of you. I need to learn my what is it called? Social chameleon ability. Not in front of you guys a lot, but I'm sorry for saying it.
Oh, because the thing started.
Like, even there, he's just like, oh, when I leave here, I'm gonna say it all the time. Like, I don't care that I said it. I just, feel, well, he doesn't even feel bad that he said it in front of them because he said it in front of them multiple times. Again, even if you're just coming at this like in a self-serving way, obviously the fact that this guy does not care, the fact that he just does not care enough to change his vocabulary in this instance, when you are telling him that he isn't allowed to say this in front of you and continues to say it, obviously shows that he just doesn't respect you, and maybe you should just stop associating yourself with him. I don't understand. I really don't. Like, it's very clear that they don't care what these, the words that these people are using, the bigoted, views they spout. Like, at what point is he going to just be like, hey, you're just gonna have to, like, stop associating yourself with these people? Like, what point does that get to? Like, do they have to do, like, a complete Asmongold turn where he just only talks about this sort of shit? Like, talks about, like, how we need to deport migrants or whatever? Because even then, I don't think that would be the case. This is, like, the thing that I have the biggest problem with when it comes to, like, them choosing to continue to associate themselves with these people. Like, these streamers who say that they care about, like, these marginalized groups, want to stand up for them. The fact that they still openly choose to associate themselves with these people. And, like, here's the thing. Again, if this was the case that they actually would try to fight back in an adequate way against the bigoted things that these people like Lacey say, then yeah, I would be completely fine by that. But the fact that, like, he still chooses to say stuff like this obviously shows that he does not care. The fact that he continues to say these bigoted things, it obviously shows that you don't care. And it shows that despite how much you try to push back against him, he's not going to change. So at what point are you just going to sacrifice a portion of your audience who don't feel safe anymore because you choose to openly associate yourself with this person? Or are you just gonna have to cut off this person? Like, at what point does that happen? The more you continue to associate yourself with these people, the more your community is just going to leave when they find this stuff unacceptable. And the only people that will be coming into your community at that point are people who will be completely fine with these bigoted views, bigoted opinions. And anytime you try to, like, stand up for these marginalized groups, they're just going to attack you. But that's all I really gotta say. Hello everyone, thank you for watching today's video. If you would like to see other videos like this, please leave a like and subscribe down below. If you would like to hear me talk about a lot more nerdy subjects such as anime, comic books, video games, movies, and even pro wrestling, you can check out my second channel, The Fruit Basket. And if you would like to see me play video games, I have a channel called FruitySaur Gaming where you can check out those videos there. Anyways, that's all I have for today, and I'll see you all next time.